Okay, so here we are back after our third turn of the game has finished. And let's see, Mike, you had turn 3 first, and a couple interesting things happened you wanted to talk about. Your Vargulf finished off my unit of zombies, which was actually against your wishes. You were sort of hoping that you wouldn't kill them all because you... basically, that combat was holding up my unit of Crypt Ghouls, preventing them from entering play, because I had reformed them to be in a horde formation, and that was sort of blocking them off from the rest of the battle. The fight against the Crypt Ghouls, your Crypt Ghouls, and my Graveguard and Black Coach continued to sort of be, a drawn-out situation. Your Lord's unit is moving up with the skeletons, but they haven't quite made it into combat yet. So, you start out with charges. You charge the Graveguard into the front of my skeletons, and the Carnwraiths into the flank. Poured them on big, hoping to see a killing blow, I think, against my Lord. So then you went to the magic phase. You were quite successful. You were able to raise 8 ghouls back into the unit. And that would have only been 6, but you have the Unholy Lodestone on your corpse cart, which gives +1 to the number of models that get raised per each casting of Invocation, which was pretty good. And then you threw 3 dice at the bound spell in the corpse cart, Miasma of Deathly Vigor, and you were able to get that off with Irresistible Force, which is cool because it's a bound spell, so there was no negative effect. So all friendly units within 6 inches get ASF until the start of your next magic phase, which was really powerful. It was hitting all of your units that were in combat with the exception of the Vargulf. So again, close combat phase, my ghouls were able to kill the Vargulf, and the Graveguard versus the Carnwraiths versus my skeletons was not terribly successful on your part. You did roll pretty well, but you flubbed your attacks against my Lord, which is where it really counted. The skeletons were able to attack the Carnwraiths and do a few wounds. I think I lost by a few points. And then the Crypt Ghouls against my Graveguard, there's hardly any models left in that fight. But actually, you did more wounds that turn than you had in all of the previous combats. You managed to get 4 wounds through. I just couldn't pass an armor save, and I didn't do too many in return, so we're still sitting there. On my turn 3, the ghouls charged into your Vargulf, and the Felbats charged the Graveguard in the flank. The idea there was that it would pull 1 attack away from my Vampire Lord. I wasn't looking for the Felbats to do a lot of damage, but I figured at least I could limit the number of attacks on my Lord. In Magic, I was able to heal 6 Graveguard, which was pretty much, all I really needed to do with my Magic phase. In combat, the ghouls killed the Vargulf. I got really lucky. I actually had only 17 attacks. That's quite a bit. But 6s to wound you. So I got a couple poisons, and then I rolled a lot of 6s to wound, and I was able to pop the Vargulf. The Graveguard versus the ghouls actually came out to a draw. We're still sitting there. You don't have a lot of ghouls left, but, you're tying me up for the time being. And in the combat with the skeletons versus your Graveguard and Wraiths, you put your attacks against my Lord again and whiffed. You tried to finish off my Necromancer, who had taken a wound earlier, and you weren't able to do that. You only put 1 attack on him, though. You killed 1 Felbat with a killing blow, and in return, I did quite a number of wounds. I won the combat by 3, which was nice because now your Wraiths are almost gone. You only have 1 of them left in the flank. You can't quite see them in the video, but there's just 1 left. But then again, you do have your turn coming up next with a nice roll on the Winds of Magic. You could probably raise that unit back up, which I really don't want to see. So the game is really close at this point. Could definitely go in either direction. So we'll play out on turn 4, and we'll be back to update you on how that goes.
Here we go.
Y'all have to help me because I don't remember. Let's see. So on my turn, I declared a charge with the unit of skeletons into the Graveguard.
Just on the corner.
Yep. Just clip the corner, makes it in. And on my Magic phase, I was able to generate a fair amount of dice. I don't remember how many, but I was able to build back the Graveguard to its full size minus 1 man.
Yep, you brought back 11.
And that was with a little help from the corpse card and a couple good rolls as well.
That was about it for your magic.
I think so. In combat, the Lord cut up a few Graveguard, and I think the ghouls added a little bit to that.
I failed all my armor saves.
Yep.
And I killed 2 models in return, I think, between the coach and the character and the unit.
Yep.
And so they all popped.
Yeah.
You beat me by 7.
Yep.
Down to.
That was So then they combat reformed to face this other unit.
Over here, you killed the Fellbats that were in your flank. You killed them.
Yep.
And the Wraiths, I did another wound on them. But you won the combat.
Yep.
Only by a little bit.
1 or 2, something like that. It was real close.
I think that was it. So my turn 4. Flanked the Graveguard with my ghouls over here, and I rear charged the corpse cart with the Fellbats. And in combat, well, in the magic phase, I brought back 6 skeletons, and that was it. You stopped my other spells. In combat, let's see, the Lord struck first. She needed 3s to hit with hatred. She hit 4 times.
This ain't pretty.
She rolled 3 1s to wound. She did kill your champion, so she got 1 extra attack. She rolled a 1 to wound on her extra attack. Yep. Yep. Combat over here. Oh, well, continuing with that combat, you did quite a number of wounds on the skeletons. I think you killed 7. Them.
Yeah.
The ghouls took out a bunch. The skeleton warriors continued to not kill any Graveguard.
They've been having trouble with that. They can't roll a 5 if their life depended on them.
No. And then against the corpse cart, the bats, I could only fit 2 swarm bases into contact because of his unit over there. So I only got 8 attacks. I needed 3s to hit, and I hit once, and I didn't wound. You did 3 wounds in return, so it was a draw. And now it's going to be your turn 5, and this unit is about to come flank charge me.
The steamroller is about to get involved.
So, not looking too good for my vampires, but we'll see what happens. So,
if my dice go as dry as yours have,
you have a shot. Oh, man, those attacks were so bad.
Your dice have been a little bit unforgiving lately.
Well, we'll see. Wish me luck. Turn 5.